eyes of many, Brisbane's battle with Gold Coast was all about Sunshine State supremacy. For Guy McKenna's men, it almost didn't matter who they were up against. They were simply anxious to open their account for 2012, following an encouraging effort against Essendon 7 days earlier. They had beaten Brisbane in the first ever Queensland derby, so weren't daunted by the challenge, and opened up with confidence-boosting back-to-back majors.
And he strikes. How does he strike? He strikes with the second goal for the Gold Coast.
The Lions responded with a couple of quickies of their own to square the ledger at 12 apiece.
Looks better now. 2 goals, 2 straight.
Jared Pollock's goal gave the hosts a slender edge at the first change.
Sneaks a kick. Oh, and what a kick it was.
Q-Clash 3 was developing into a real arm wrestle, and it took over 8 minutes for the opening goal of the second quarter.
Not a problem. And they're in front.
The two neighbours traded goal for goal, doing their best to defy the sustained defensive pressure.
Lynch and slamming on the boot. Was it touched? It wasn't. It's a goal to Benell.
Brisbane tried to give themselves a little bit of extra breathing space leading up to the break.
Terrific progression from the Lions. Just needs Jed Adcock to put the polish on it.
But the Suns weren't about to let them out of their sights.
He capitalises on a terrific mark.
Just 8 points separated the warring factions at the midway mark, with Brisbane holding the upper hand, and they went about inflating their surplus upon the resumption.
Forward, somehow Rockcliffe had a good sider. He used the goalpost to his advantage and pops it through for the Lions.
Daniel Rich did his job, carrying the margin to 21.
Rich did enough onto his left, and he does the rest.
Before Jonathan Brown's substantial presence on the boundary gave Gold Coast further grief.
That looks pretty good. Crowd are on their feet.
In the championship term, the Lions' experience proved telling, along with their accuracy.
Hits it hard and it wobbles back for a goal.
On the doorstep of three-quarter time came a very special milestone for one of the Code's true champions.
The Warrior, the champion. 500 of the best for Jonathan Brown.
After failing to get a major in the previous period, the Suns rose at the dawn of the new term.
The Suns a bit, he's lobbed it through, 5 rows back.
But Brown was able to eclipse anything the opposition could offer.
Never in doubt. Not for a moment. Another one of the champ.
The big fella wasn't the only star Lion though, as Aaron Cornelius was almost untouchable at times.
Oh, nice flight from Cornelius. It's a goal.
If the short trip north wasn't already miserable enough for the young Suns, worse was to come when Gary Ablett's leg buckled under him in this collision. And it'll be a very nervous wait for both individual and club. As the superstar retreated to the rooms for treatment, Daniel Rich fired 2 more goals in the closing minutes to send Brisbane into triple figures.
He kicks another one. They're bleeding late here, the Suns.
The difference in the end was a whopping 65 points to the Brisbane boys, leaving no doubt about who rules the roost up north.
Well, yeah, and it's our home game as well. They beat us last year in the first Q-Clash, so it was good to win tonight. It was a tough battle, but we're 2-2 now, so we're going all right.
David Rowlands, Big Pond Sport.